Before this video starts, I just wanted to go through a couple things that might help you to understand the process. One, if you're not comfortable, you may want to watch through the entire video and see what you need to do. Number two, make sure you have OMG in your wallet on the snapshot date of November 12th, 2021. You have a year to be able to claim this airdrop. Number three, don't get distracted. Stay focused on this process because it can be a little bit confusing if you don't know what you're doing. Make sure you have blind signing enabled on your Ledger hardware wallet, and make sure your wallet doesn't time out. That causes some issues. Your BOBA airdrop will be locked up on the Layer 2 network for 30 days. Don't worry about it. It will be there. I believe it's going to be worth the time and effort. Your OMG, they've changed some things. You can bring that back immediately after you claim your airdrop. So you don't have to leave it on there for 7 days. You can pay some Ethereum fees and bring it back immediately. If you don't feel comfortable doing this process, you can contact me at blacklab.net, or you know how to get a hold of JettaRed. And this video was done via TeamViewer. I had done mine the day before. I wanted to make sure that it was easier than I thought it was going to be, and it kind of was. But I wanted to experiment and do mine before I recommended it to anybody else. So you will notice that it was done via TeamViewer, so it's not as fast and smooth as I wanted it, but there we go. Thanks a lot. Enjoy the video. Happy Christmas Eve, everybody. I just wanted to do a video because I am understanding the BOBA airdrop more than I did a couple days ago. I had a couple people during the last live stream say, hey, you really should look at the BOBA airdrop. And when I looked at it first, it was different than it is today. I did mine last night. It was kind of a rough patch to get through some of it. Some of it just didn't do it correctly. Some of it was not explained correctly. And there was some old information that I was going under that is not relevant today. So I'm going to walk you through this step by step. If you get stuck, I would suggest booking some time with me, booking some time with JettaRed, because it can be a bumpy process, but we'll see if it's worth the BOBA. Now, just to let you know, what I discovered were a couple things. I took my OMG. Wow, let's get this straightened out. I took my OMG yesterday. I took it from the layer 1, which is just the regular Ethereum network, up to the BOBA bridge, put it on layer 2, and I claimed my airdrop, which will take 30 days. They will hold my BOBA for 30 days, but I was able to retrieve my OMG within, as soon as I claimed my airdrop, I was able to bring my OMG back to my regular wallet, which is a layer 1 wallet, and have it for safekeeping. They did not have that option before, because as we go through this video, and as I think about it, it'll take a little bit longer than I thought, you can do a fast network. And with that, I was able to bring my OMG back within like 5 minutes. It takes a bit of time to bridge it, but we'll kind of go through that and I'll show you. So the first thing you're going to want to do, and I had some misinformation before, and that was one of my stumbling blocks, is you are going to need to add the BOBA network to your MetaMask. So I will include this link, but you want to go down, and these are the settings that you're going to want to add to your network, the BOBA network. So the first thing we're going to do is go to MetaMask. We're going to say, sorry, we're going to go here and say add network, and it will bring up this area. you're going to want to do a copy paste. So we're going to do BOBA layer 2. That's what L2 means. You're going to go back and do RPC. You're going to do copy link, new RPC, paste. We're going to go and get the ChainID 288. ChainID 288. This is where I ran into a problem yesterday. For some reason, the symbol I had in my older way of doing the BOBA network on Etherscan was I put BOBA for this the symbol. Whether or not I was told to or I changed it, I don't know. But it's really important to keep it as ETH, and you will see why, because there are ETH fees to do this. And when I put BOBA here, it was really confusing to me. I got Jetta Red on, and we're like, what is going on? So we transferred some BOBA. We did a whole bunch of things that didn't really need to be there. So it says optional. It is not optional. It is mandatory. ETH. Please put it there. Then the Explorer. We're going to copy link address. And we're going to put it here. And just to let everybody know, since I did it yesterday, mine is done, and I am working with someone right now. This is through TeamViewer, so there's a little bit of disconnect. I don't have the ledger in front of me, so there may be times where things kind of just change. I stop because I need to talk to the person on the other end. So just know that it's not me, it is the way I'm doing things. And this is the only way that I can show you the full gamut of how you can do it, because mine has already been done. So we're going to press save. Now, what we have now is the BOBA L2 network on this Ethereum account. Okay, so now that we have the BOBA network in there, what we're going to do, though, is we're going to connect your MetaMask to the regular Ethereum network. You will see that there is the 12,565.84 OMG. What we need to do is bridge this to the layer 2. So right now we're on layer 1. And what we need to do is get it up to layer 2. I'm not sure if we have enough Ethereum, because you do need Ethereum to get it up there and back. It's much cheaper when you're up there. So we're going to see. What I had to do was I bridged my OMG up, but I also had to send some Ethereum up to pay for the fees. And so let's just see what this does. We're going to select the fast bridge to L2. That will take the OMG and throw it up to layer 2 as soon as you can. Now, there's a lot of steps in between. So when you get to this point and you're going to bridge, what you're going to want to do is make sure you have your ledger plugged in, the Ethereum app open. You have all that it hasn't timed out, because when it times out, there are some issues with that, that it kind of clogs things up and it confuses you and like, oh my gosh, why isn't this working? And it stresses you out. Don't get stressed. Just make sure you have everything in place. I know a lot of you will skip through this video and be like, oh, he talks too much, but I'm just telling you all the issues that I came up with, and I know other people had some issues. One of the issues is this website can be glitchy and flaky, and sometimes it doesn't work. And then you go back a little bit later after you step back from it and not get stressed. You come back and all of a sudden it works. So, got to remember we're still in the Wild West. And so just take your time and don't rush. Make sure that, family's away, you're focused on this. And so make sure you set that block of time. So back to this, we're going to go ahead and bridge the OMG, the fast bridge layer 2. We're going to do, okay, so the estimated gas is 0.0156. And so there is not enough Ethereum in this wallet. So what we're going to have to do is send some more, and then I'll be back on the video. Okay, we are back, and now you can see there's 0.1952 ETH, and so this is inaccurate. So what we're going to want to do is go ahead and close this. We're going to want to go back to bridge, fast bridge to L2. We don't have that error anymore. And I recommend doing use all. You can do partial, but what has happened is that when the snapshot when it occurred, I don't remember the date, I have to go back and look. If you held a certain amount of OMG in your Ethereum wallet, that snapshot knows. And you'll see later on how you can identify that, or they identify it and say that you're eligible for it. If you held any OMG after that, I don't know. You're going to have that figured out. And the snapshot may allow you to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to say use all. We're going to send all of this. We're going to click bridge. We're going to go to MetaMask, and we're going to spend a bunch of Ethereum to do it. We're going to have to approve a contract. That costs some Ethereum. We're going to have to send it. That'll cost some Ethereum. But hopefully this will be worth it in the end. So what we're going to need to do is open MetaMask in full screen to connect with Ledger via Web HID. So we're going to do that. Oh, okay. I'm glad I did it this far. May have to go back and edit this, but you need to click here. I guess if I could read, click here to connect your ledger via the Web HID. We select the Nano X. We say connect. We say confirm. Okay, it's going to go through, but yep. Yes. So yes, you will accept. And okay, and all of that was approved. This has happened to me before where it says unapproved. And we're going back to this, and it says transaction process. Please be patient. What you'll see is you'll have a because all my OMG just disappeared. It will disappear from the layer 1. And it will go to the layer 2 after this transaction is been processed. Unfortunately, this is just part of the fun with the boba.network site. It is not perfect, but if you want to do it, you're going to have to go through these things. And so you're also going to have to check to see that you have multiple contracts that you need to approve. So this is the next one. And the only reason I knew that was because the little 1 popped up for MetaMask. It's going to be $42, and we're going to have to confirm it. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is make sure, go to your Ethereum app, and before you start this, make sure that blind signing or allow contract data is allowed. And we are going to try that again. Okay, so let's try that again. We're going to bridge. We're going to do the fast bridge. We're going to use all. I guess I'll edit that out. We're going to click bridge. MetaMask will need to come up. And this is the second one. It's not the first one. We're going to need to go ahead and confirm it. And so it's going to be bridging, bridging, bridging. So now you'll see that the transaction is in process. Please be patient. This is where you're like, oh my goodness, all my OMG, where'd it go? It's nowhere. Well, it's here. It's a pending transaction, and it's bridging it to layer 2, and it's pending. And then all of a sudden, you will see that magically it will appear on the layer 2 network, and that is a good thing. The next thing we're going to need to do as part of this process is do the same thing to bridge some ETH onto the layer 2 so that you can actually have and pay for fees that you'll incur on the other side, because you will have to pay an Ethereum fee during the claim of your BOBA airdrop. So this does take a little bit of time. Depends on, oh, here we go. Oh, I clicked on earn instead of wallet. So it is, it's still waiting, and we're just going to wait for that to go through, and then I'll show you the next process. Now you'll notice that the OMG is now on the layer 2. You can't really have access to it, kind of thing. You can click over here and you can say, go to layer 2. MetaMask will need to approve that you're going to a new network. And now, I know it doesn't look that much different when the chain switches, but now you can do things over here. Right now, all the OMG is there, and you're like, that's great. I'm going to go over here to the left-hand side, and I'm going to click on airdrop. And it says, yes, there was OMG balance of blah, 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 blah on Ethereum during the snapshot. Also, you have enough OMG on BOBA to claim your airdrop. Well, if you click initiate airdrop right now, you're going to run into a problem. You're not going to have any Ethereum to run the transaction. So what we need to do is go back to wallet. We need to bridge. We're going to bridge just a little. Yeah, we can switch the layer back to layer 1. I know this may be a little bit confusing for new people. Nothing I can do. You have a layer 1, which is the regular Ethereum network, and then there's the layer 2, which is the BOBA network. Sending things on the BOBA network is much cheaper than it is on the regular Ethereum network. So we're going to go and we're going to bridge. It's going to be the same thing. We're going to put a lot less though. We're going to just put 0.08, which is about $300, and that should cover the fees on that side. We're going to bridge it, and so it's going to come up. We're going to have more fees. I know, this is Ethereum. Fees, 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 fees. We're going to need to go through and approve it on your ledger, or whatever hardware, or whatever your process is. Yeah, gotta love that. Another $43. But we should be getting something in return, some good BOBA. That's why if you have just a little BOBA, it may not be worth it. But right now the price of BOBA is about $4. And so because it's a one-to-one, you could be doing pretty well. So we're going to confirm this. Go look down on your ledger. It will say, go through the process. This one probably says blind signing. It really doesn't say, exactly where it's going, but it's part of the process of getting some Ethereum up there. So because we're on the Ethereum network, it's not cheap. You'll see when we go to the layer 2 network that it is much cheaper to do it there than on the layer 1. And that's kind of the idea that OMG has with the BOBA network, is that you can start sending things to people on the layer 2 network, and it's much cheaper. The problem that I see is you just need to keep it on the layer 2 network and not bring it back down to layer 1. Because when you go from layer 1 to layer 2, it's really expensive. It wouldn't make sense. Oh, I'll stop talking. So right now, you'll see that there's transaction in process. Please be patient. It's the same thing that happened at when you were sending your OMG, but it ended up there. So we're just going to wait a little bit. Okay, now you can see that it says pending transactions just like it did before. Bridge to layer 2, 0.08 ETH, and we just need to be patient again. So we'll just wait, and then you'll see that there'll be some ETH that's thrown up here just a little bit. So we're just going to wait a little bit more. Okay, as you can see, we now have some ETH here. We have our OMG, no boba, but it's X boba, which pretty much means, I believe, wrapped boba, but we'll figure that out when we receive the airdrop. So this is the next part. This video is going to be a two-part, and it's going to be 30 days in between because I'm not going to have anything done until, let's see, they told me January 23rd of 2022. So right now it is Christmas Eve day, and I've got to wait 30 days. So we'll see what the value of boba is. It is a risk to take, but it's a risk that I'm willing to take. So enough about me and my risk. We're going to click on airdrop on the left-hand side. We were approved. Oh, sorry, got to switch layers. I keep on forgetting which layer I'm on. We're going to switch layers. Okay, we're switching chains. Okay, we have enough. We've read through this before, but we're going to go through it again. Yes, there was OMG balance of blah, blah, blah on the Ethereum during the snapshot. Also, you have enough OMG on boba to claim your airdrop. So we're going to initiate airdrop. Of course, we're going to pay some fees. They're not going to be as big as the last ones. As you can see, look, 0.00072. Like this is what we should be paying fees on the regular Ethereum network. We're going to hit confirm, and it's going to do its magic. Go ahead and look on your ledgers. You'll see that you need to approve things. It's so much less expensive to do it this way than on the other. Okay, so right now we're done. Believe it or not, we got through probably the, oh, no, we're not done. We're done applying for the airdrop. So here's the airdrop. The unlock time will be on the 23rd of January at 9:29 a.m. And so I guess that is in the person's time zone, not my time zone. After that, you will be able to claim your L1 snapshot of boba. So we're going to see where it ends up, but what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to the wallet, and your OMG is on the layer 2. Well, that makes everybody feel a little bit freaked out, like it's not in my wallet. It actually is in your wallet, but it's on a layer 2 wallet. It is under your control by your Ledger hardware wallet or Trezor. You know that I always say keep it on a hardware wallet. Makes things much easier and for sure a lot safer. So we're going to do a couple, well, we're going to look at doing a couple things. If you click on bridge or transfer, you can bridge to L1. You can do a fast bridge to L1, or you can do a transfer. And a transfer would be basically if you wanted to send some OMG to another person on the layer 2 network. That's how you would send it on the layer 2. But we don't want to do that. We want to bring it back to the layer 1, so we're bringing it home. We're not going to bring our Ethereum back yet because we know that we're going to incur some fees on the Ethereum network. Sorry, on the layer 2 network, but it's paid in Ethereum. And what we're going to do, and if you just see this little pop-up, it says, whoops. It says a swap-based bridge to L1 without a 7-day waiting period. There is a fee, however, and this option is only available if the pool balance is sufficient. You'd have to check the pool. When I did mine, I had more than 12,000. If you're like Jay, you may run into a problem. And you may have to do basically the slow boat of just bridge to L1. What they did not have originally was the fast bridge to L1. That's what I was waiting for. Originally, when you were bringing things up when I looked at it, they just had the bridge to L1, which would take 7 days. And I don't like that. I don't like it leaving my wallet to another network that is not necessarily 100%. And I should have brought this to your attention every time I went to this page. I personally saw it, but it says, warning, the mainnet smart contracts are not fully audited and funds may be at risk. This is why I did not recommend it during the snapshot period, because when someone gives us a warning that the smart contract is not audited, there is a risk. And it's, do you want to risk your capital or do you want to keep your capital and not have any risk at all? That's for you to decide. So what we're going to do, enough of that, we're going to do the fast bridge to layer 1. We're going to say bridge all. So we're going back to layer 1. We're going to bring this up. The fees are not going to be as horrendous as they were coming on, but you got to read this. In most cases, a fast exit takes less than 20 minutes. However, if the Ethereum is congested, it can take as long as 3 hours. So just know that. But look at this, $1.80 to send this back. Oh my gosh, those were the days. That's back in 2017 Ethereum, regular network. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and confirm. Then go ahead and approve it on your ledger. And this is where it's just gonna sit and wait. It took a while for mine to go through, because what it does is it goes to the pool. I don't know all the technical aspects on the back end. You're gonna need to, I believe, approve another one. Let's just see. This is literally the second time I've bridged this stuff, and it's not straightforward. Okay, so here is the this is the contract interaction that you need to approve. But look, it's such small Ethereum as compared to. So we're going to go ahead and confirm. And so it's going to go through the swapping mechanism that they have, their pool. And it's going to bring all your coins back. If you don't want to have the added fees, you can do the slow boat, just the regular L1. But right now, you'll see that it is just going through and bringing it back. There are some ways that you can kind of look at this. You can look at the account explorer, which is blockexplorer.boba.network. So if you click on that, what happens is it brings you to a BOBA network. And it shows you the different transactions. So these are the different transactions, the contract that you had to approve, token transfers. These were the OMG, the internal transactions, and that's just part of proving it on the contract and coin balance history. So you can kind of go through and see some of this, but they have their own block explorer, and you can check the transactions. Like you'll see that as it comes out a little bit on one of these, it showed each chunk of OMG being brought back from the layer 2 to the layer 1. And it may not show this right now. It may take a little bit. But we will, you can kind of go through and see some of that. Yeah, I guess it's not going to show those chunks right now. It may just be going through the swapping or the pool mechanism. If it doesn't go through, I don't know what's going to happen because it went through for me. But right now, it's just transaction process. Please be patient. And in a little bit, I don't know what a little bit is because they don't really say, you will see that your OMG left the L2 network and it went back to the L1 network. So we'll just let this run for a little bit. You'll be able to see when it comes back in. But this took place all within, I don't know, it's probably been an hour or so, just with, jumping through some hoops and other things. But this was all the same day. So you could take your OMG up to the layer 2, claim your BOBA, which needs to be locked up on the layer 2 for 30 days, because that's their rules. And then you can bring it back, your OMG, the same day, and it can be nested right in your hardware wallet where you feel safe and secure, and use it any way you want at that point. So I'm just going to let this run a little bit, and then we can kind of come back and take a look. I don't remember how long it took last time because, believe it or not, when I did it, I ran an update for my Mac and it decided to reboot in the middle of this. So I don't know how long it took, but this process will run until it doesn't, and we'll go from there. Okay, as you can see now, the OMG is back in the layer 1. Right now we're in the layer 2. We're going to leave the Ethereum there because we're going to need probably to send some back. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure where the BOBA is actually going to land. Is it going to land on layer 2 and then you need to transfer it to layer 1? Or, as someone suggested, is it really just going to be thrown into your layer 1? After that, you will be able to claim your layer 1 snapshot of BOBA. So I don't know. I'm not sure where the BOBA is going to end up. We'll find out. I'll find out. If anybody wants to share with me, that'd be great. But I'll find out on January 23rd of 2022. But what we can do now is we can go back to the layer 1. We will need to tell MetaMask or approve it. And we'll come down into switching chains. We're into the layer 1 network. There is your OMG. And just to make you feel better, there is your OMG. So there we have it. You're on the Ethereum mainnet. And that's about it for now. Thanks a lot, guys.